Bluetooth mesh is kind of interesting because it actually it came down to a point where one, the range is there, the reliability is there, and it's
Mhm.
very easy to use. And basically, every phone, every modern phone that's released within the last year or two can, has the ability to
Yeah.
communicate with these devices, and it's only improving. So
Yeah.
I see Bluetooth mesh having much greater potential in the future, much better, much more so than Wi-Fi, and definitely much better, much more so than Zigbee. It's not
Hmm.
proprietary. Basically, any phone or any wireless device that has Bluetooth
Yeah.
connectivity can connect with it. And as long as the app is robust and I mean, that's really what it comes down to when it comes to reliability. I don't see any problems with it. It's the first protocol that I can see having the potential to really make smart lighting cheap enough because a
Yeah.
Bluetooth chipset is far cheaper than, and not that a Wi-Fi chipset is expensive, but it is cheaper to make, and it's certainly cheaper
Yeah.
than a Zigbee chipset. So the cost effectiveness is there, the reliability is there, and
Yeah.
the adoption rate is there. So I
Yeah.
think it's really it has the trifecta when it comes down to whether or not you're future proofing the device as well. If you have a Bluetooth device, now 5-10 years from now, it will still work.
Exactly.
Every new Bluetooth standard, they try to make it work with all the previous
Compatible with the previous one.
versions.
Yep.
So that's something that Bluetooth can support. Whereas Wi-Fi to some degree it does, but the problem is, even with the newer standards, if you have an old device that's on there, basically that is the rest of your devices are kind of limited by the oldest device that's on that network.
Right.
And Wi-Fi, you want to maximize as much bandwidth as possible for your smart devices, for your laptops. It's supposed to be all about bandwidth. Whereas
Yeah.
Bluetooth, not necessarily. You don't need vast amounts of bandwidth to control a lighting device, or to utilize with a headset. That's pretty much really the greatest bandwidth that's required for Bluetooth. I mean, there's really no
Yeah.
other use cases that require substantial amounts of Bluetooth. Yes, there's data transfer that you can do, but again, if you have Wi-Fi, why bother with Bluetooth, right?
Exactly.
So in many ways, I see the Bluetooth mesh standard being the best standard for smart lighting.